Hello, it's B Jizzle, the barber. I'm here to bring you a light fade with a taper blend. First, we're gonna start creating our guideline with our wireless masters. We're gonna start that guideline right below the top temple area, the low temple area. Create that guideline, make sure it's smooth, make sure it's clean. It's very important to commit to making guidelines. Those guidelines are going to help you transition the blend much easier and much more uniform. Now, sometimes I'll see some videos where the guidelines are so perfect and so level. That's very important. Oh, you look at my clippers, they're dying. I'm gonna have to plug them up. But those guidelines, not all times do they have to be perfectly straight and perfectly lined. When you are putting the guidelines into the fade, you wanna make sure the guidelines are easy to come out. So you don't wanna put hard guidelines in, whether it's with a light fade or whether it was a ball fade. So just keep that in mind when creating guidelines. I like to go against the grain to create my guidelines. Now I'm gonna grab my masters with the fat master blade on to start the blend. I'm gonna start at the top temple with this fat master blade, with the blade all the way closed. It's a 1/8 of an inch or 1/8. If you know what a 1/8 is when using interchangeable detachable blades. But if you're using guards, this length is equivalent to a number 1 guard with the grain. So again, it's important to get your fading areas even so the fade will transition better. When fading hair that stays long on the top, I like to keep a rule to fade down. When fading down, it's less of a chance that you'll leave a chili bowl effect around the top temple area. So as you see, I'm fading down. I'm blending the hair down from the long hair. Even though he has braids, it still can leave a chili bowl effect if I were to go against the grain with the same length. You might say, what's the chili bowl effect? The chili bowl effect is when there's a line that high above the temple, taper the temple area right in the corner where the edge up will be made. It's a line that once there, it's hard to get out. So right here, I'm taking the fat masters and I'm gonna go against the grain with that same 1/8 or that same 1 to start the blend. As you can see, I'm taking the blend almost up to the top of the temple. Again, 1/8 with the grain at the top of the temple line, making sure to not create that chili bowl effect. Look at how the fade starts to transition. You can still see right at the top temple where it is a little dark. But we're gonna fade that in to our blend. So I'm gonna go back now and fade that top temple line, which is gonna run completely around the head. I'm gonna continue to blend that area. And as you can see, I move the lever 1 click back and forward, up and down, just to be sure that I achieve the proper blend. This is probably the most important part of this haircut, is making sure that the dreaded area or the braided area fades into the faded area without leaving that chili bowl effect. if you've seen these haircuts before, you probably have seen what I'm talking about, which is the chili bowl effect. You don't want to give that chili bowl effect. You can give a good clean blend and a good clean edge up, but throw the haircut completely off by leaving that chili bowl effect. Dreads keep falling. But now, what I'm doing here is just a little bit more detail work. Not quite ready to start removing that guideline just yet. I'm going back to my masters with the fade blade on, and we're gonna begin removing that guideline now. I have the lever set halfway, which is a half length. Masters, for anyone that doesn't know, when the lever is completely open, it's a 1. When the lever is completely closed, it's a 0. When the lever is right in the middle, it's a half. So if you're using Babyliss, Walls, or any other brand clipper, the Masters is the only clipper that with the lever completely open, it will open to a number 1. And with the fade blade, the number 1 is slightly more fine or defined than if it had the standard blade. This is the fade blade, which is also called the surgical blade. As you can see, I'm working my fade line out. And again, this is a half. So I started with the half to start at the very line because I created my guideline with the half. So as I move up the fade area close to the top of the temple, and then in the back is called the right above the occipital bone, the lever will open, which will change the length from a half to 3/4 to a 1. So as you move up the faded area from the half, you want to open the lever on the clipper. Or what you will do is what they call chase the guideline. And the guideline will eventually be up at the top of the temple, which in turn will also create the chili bowl effect. So keep in mind, when you start with the half, as you move up the fade area in between the top and bottom temple areas, you want to gradually open the lever on your clippers. Now I'm going to fade down. I'm going to fade down, do a little detail work on that area so I won't create that chili bowl effect, and the clipper is fully extended to the number 1, which is the lever is completely open. Now you're going to find yourself doing a lot of detail work on these cuts. When I teach my students, I teach them to go over your steps 2 or 3 times, maybe even more, until you achieve the proper blend.
Yeah.
The haircut is not finished until you actually achieve the blend. The blend to your liking and your client's liking.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to use the GTX wireless, which are excellent clippers out the box. I did not have to zero gap these. This is true. I've heard rumors, so I decided to buy a pair, and I'm highly impressed on how these clippers cut. When I first took them out the box and started to use them, it took about a week before they completely broke in. But once they broke in, these are probably my best edges that I'm using right now. I own 2 pair of the Babyliss FX skeletons, 2 pairs of the standard wireless Andes trimmers. I also have the wireless Walls, the 5 superstars, but
Yeah.
none compared to these.
Yeah.
My haircuts, most times I do not use enhancements. I use enhancements upon request. I will post some videos later on with enhancements, but I like to show my work without enhancements, just to show people that you can achieve the same look without enhancements. Enhancements are
Yeah.
a part of our industry. It's a part
Yeah.
of what we use now from
Yeah.
cut to cut, and I embrace it.
Yeah.
And I also embrace the natural
Yeah.
way, which is
Yeah.
the art, your skill to create, guys. So here I'm going to use these clippers to give
Yeah.
a good sharp edge. Normally I use a razor on every single customer, but these clippers are so sharp, I fell in love with them, and I just want to show you guys just how well they work. It's a real good investment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Creating a really sharp edge
Yeah.
up along the
Yeah.
front area of your client's hairline and
Yeah.
around the neck and ears will
Yeah.
make any haircut look great. I tell
Yeah.
my students also, I am a instructor in Texas. Sorry, I should have mentioned that early on. I own my own school, 5-Star Elite Fades Barber College. Look us up. We're on Instagram. You can check out my work, check out my students' work. I also own a barbershop. You can check out my barber's work also. I tag them in quite a few videos. So give us a look. I think you'll like what you see. Highly impressed with these clippers. If you have had them before and you've used them, drop a comment. Tell me what you think about it. I'm really impressed with them. The only knock that I hear a lot of people say about these wireless and these tools are that they're loud. There's a way to quiet them down. I'll do a video soon to give you some tricks and techniques that I use to keep my wireless and these clippers, the edgers and the clippers, quiet. It's very simple. Creating a C cup with the outer T, back and forward motions. More than one time, a few times we'll have the edge to solidify and sit flush on the hairline. That taper blend that I was speaking of, as you can see, when after I edge him up, after the hairline is edged, come back and taper out the fade at the bottom, so we won't have to make any sideburns or square his sideburns along the ear area off. Now I'm using the razor just to detail my edge up work. Normally it's vice versa. I normally will use the razor and use the trimmers to detail my work, but I'm just giving you a little demo with these clippers, so in my future videos I'll give you a full outlook and outline on how to use the razor properly to create crispier sound edge ups. If you're watching this video right now, you have any questions, any comments, drop them below. I respond to all questions and comments, good or bad. You can see we have a blend with a taper, a light fade with a tapered blend. So I want to thank everybody for taking the time out to watch this video. This is one of my first, so if you like what you see, drop a comment, push the like button, and follow me for future videos. You can also follow us on Instagram at 5-Star Elite LLC. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon. Thumbs up.